Tonight, I actually don't have like a point per se to make, but it's just more like an open question about media training. I guess that's the theme. Like, what does it mean to have good media training? Because I saw a couple things. I actually saw another video, which I'll put in the description box, of these two Black Americans, one girl and a guy. And they're talking about the Breakfast Club interview, and they were basically upset because they were saying that like Charlemagne is antagonizing Tyla in this interview, and like he should not be the person who's asking that question. And like, you know, they were talking about how the conversation is already closed. And I feel like kind of reading her response, that's how she felt too. And I guess I just felt like something way different. I felt like she actually never addressed that. It was just kind of something that happened. There was a lot of like weird takes where like she was just like still under this, how do you say it, like label from South Africa, even though she was doing all of these things in America. And I feel like the Breakfast Club might have been the appropriate place to kind of start to have the conversation, because I don't know if there were any other interview places that talked about that. Like, I don't know. I saw that she did an interview with like some YouTubers, but I'm not sure if they talked about that. It kind of feels like that, like if that was ever spoken about, I feel like it would have been clipped and shared somewhere, where like now it actually was, and so many people seem to have clipped it and talked about it, that it's kind of like forced her to address it. And some people have said it was bullying, like they're bullying her into talking about this. But like, I mean, we tried to bully Rihanna into giving us an album. Do we have an album? No. Like, it's kind of impossible to really like, especially like online bullying, like is that really a thing? I'm not sure, especially when you're talking about it in like 2024. That's kind of fucking weird. Like, you could just literally be like, well, I feel like she said it multiple times. I'm colored, I'm colored, I'm colored, I'm colored, I'm colored, from South Africa. It's like, that's totally fine. The thing is that I still cannot understand is about like these spaces. Like, what is it appropriate to do? When is it appropriate to do what, where? And this is where I want to bring in Candace Owens. So you guys know that Candace Owens is back, but it looks like the Daily Wire is keeping like the proprietary nature of the Candace Owens show being theirs. And so the new show is called just Candace, and now this is her show. Hold on. That's weird too. Like, why would they want to keep the name to like her fucking show? When you're not Candace, and we know you're not Candace, because there's a real fucking Candace, and it's her. They should just give her name, because I'm sure she wants it, so why wouldn't they give her her name? Who fucking knows? But anyway, so it sounds like she can't even talk about, she signed some sort of NDA, it sounds like, I'm not positive. But it sounds like because of whatever her feelings were, that were kind of anti-Israel, that she might have been labeled as an anti-Semite, and because she was labeled like as an anti-Semite, then the Daily Wire is like, we don't want to work with her because of her like anti-Semitic nature. I'm not sure if that's exactly the deal, but possibly. Which is fascinating. I don't know, like I wonder how you guys feel. Give me a second, I'm gonna try to see if I can fix this. Is that better? I'm not sure. We'll try to edit to see if it gets a little bit better. My lighting situation is awful. Anyway, so Candace Owens is back, right? So Candace Owens is back. And what does this mean? Like, why is this important? Should any of us care? I kind of think like, yeah, I'm gonna support her mostly because she's just like a Black female conservative political commentator in the space. Like I said, I agree with probably 60 to 70% of what the Black conservatives are saying. Well, not all of them, but like people like her, I feel like she's a little bit more feet on the ground, like she lives in the real world. So some of the shit that she's saying, I'm like, oh yeah, this makes sense. But if some black conservatives live over in like Never Land, where it's just not relatable to fucking anybody, you don't even know what they're talking about. They just like say shit. You're like, this doesn't even make sense. We know it doesn't make sense. They know it doesn't make sense. They'll keep saying dumb shit, and you'll be like, I don't even know. Gotta say, it's kind of like the same for like the leftist liberals at the same time. Here's something I thought that was interesting too. So the Exoticals posted something today that was about some girl and her like, I'm trying to find better fucking, the lighting here is just fucked up. It feels bad. Anyway, so the Exoticals posted something about some sorority or something. There was a girl, she's an Exotical, she's at an HBCU, and she was in a black sorority, and the hazing happened and it was bad, and so she said she denounced her membership because it goes against her Christian values. Here's the thing about, I've made so many videos about this, well, not so many, but I've made a few. One, I'll put in the description box, like why Jack and Jill is ruining the black community. I could put that one in the description box. There's another one I made that was like the black academics, right? It's this idea of like the talented 10th in the black community, where people think that like there's only 10% of the black community who's talented and is able to do something. Everyone else is like not worth shit. They can't do anything. Like, they don't have anything. These, like, I don't know what, like, why, if that's the truth, then why aren't more people doing what I'm doing, where they're saying like, don't birth anything, like, don't give anything, stop the birth, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you literally think only 10% of the society's worth anything, then why aren't they pro-abortion, you know? Because it seems like everybody wants to come out and be like, pro-life. Like, why do you want to give birth to losers? That doesn't make any sense. Either we have a real like meritocracy where everybody has these life chances to be great, or we don't, okay? Because imagine this, if you're actually saying that America is like all equal and everybody has all these chances, then you would have to realize that everyone who has an equal opportunity to a chance would make something of themselves, because like there's like straight lines to be a doctor. You do know like some people are born and like they only have one goal, one occupational dream, and then they accomplish that dream, and then their kids grow up and they have the same dream or a different dream, and they'll just find someone else in the community who has the dream that their kids want, and they'll make that person their mentor, and then they will follow these straight paths that are like, you know, 70 to 100 years of lives of success. You do realize that that's a real fucking thing. I'm not saying that this is a thing, but even like my Aunt Lil, like her life goal was to be like a wife and a mother. And she was. That was her whole life. She lived till what, 94? Just cooked her fucking cream of wheat, told me stories about how she would cook the fucking cream of wheat right on that stuff. I think I got some cream of wheat, right? Actually, I have it in here right now. Let's see. I literally have cream of wheat in my drawer right now, because when I grew up, my like old ass aunt who like, you know, would babysit me told me all these stories about her life goals. It was very fucking simple. It was the goal. I want to be a wife and a mother, and she did that shit. It wasn't easy. Like, her husband was kind of like shitty sometimes, but you know, like everything else, there's ups and downs. She had a goal, she fucking did it. That's it. They like, you know, he died, she left my mom home, and it went on to the next fucking generation. Like, personally, I would like to like feed some children in Ethiopia, some like black female children in Ethiopia, look like me, and make sure that they have an access and opportunity to education. That would be like my life goal. If I could leave that behind, I'd be very happy. It's not really that complicated. It's a problem that's in the world I fucking want to solve. And I'm just sitting here saying, I'm gonna go solve that. It doesn't really have anything to do with like anybody else who is not like in line to solve that problem. Like if you don't care about solving that problem, you just get the fuck out of the way, stop watching the channel, whatever. But also, like, you see how it just like well-defined makes sense. Like, I can't understand why there's so much turmoil where people are trying to pretend like we have these like these problems that I don't know that we don't have. I saw it was like a short by Michael Knowles today where he's analyzing the new Star Wars movie. Now I will say this because I've talked about this on the channel as well. I do feel like there's like an overabundance of like dykes in the Black community, which is another reason I felt like I had to come online, because like I'm not a dyke, I'm not a lesbian either. I just like right now you could say I'm like fat or whatever, but like, you know, it is what it is, right? But also like I think we need more representation of just like normal Black girls, just regular ass Black girls who just are like out doing shit, having tea, having talks, maybe cooking something or fucking writing a thought in a journal, going to a coffee shop, some shit like that, you know? Because like without the representation of that, we're just gonna get more just silly shit, sexy reds. Even I like Megan Thee Stallion because of her like ability to overcome bullshit, but like, ugh. There's also like the regular, like I'm seeing some channels come up, regular Black girl, normal Black girl. You don't have to be like insecure Black girl, because I feel like Issa Rae and Insecure Black Girl was really good because it was just another character trait of Black women. But now all the Black men and all the people in society think all Black women are insecure. It's like, okay, that's not really the case either. It's like, I don't know, each person, to each his own. Each person is different. So Issa Rae's character, while great, while wonderful, while really descriptive, is not really representative of everyone. And I do feel like everyone goes through phases, in and outs of shit. This is also something that I heard today. I am like fucking ranting, right? But like, I heard something today that I thought was fascinating. So one of my coworkers today, here's what he says. He says, girls, like the hotter they are, the meaner they are, the uglier they are, the nicer they are. Now I'm listening to this and I'm like, I don't know what to say to this. I feel like, here's what I try to be. I just try to be an empathetic person, a listener, you know, like I realize that I have my intersectionality, and I made another video called intersectionality. Maybe go watch that video. The reason I think that video was literally like a therapy session that I recorded, but you just see me walking on it. I think that's the one with the train. Go watch that. Go listen to what I'm fucking talking about here. Intersectionality is like, it's so important for Black women. Hold on, I've got a cat crying. Hold on. Okay, whiny whiner. You have to join now. This is the whiner. Do you want to say hi? Hi. Hi. Yeah. So, intersectionality is really important for Black women because there are going to be many women who are not Black, who just see you as being at the bottom of the totem pole, because like that's the way it's always been for them. Because don't forget, like especially in America, in white communities, like pretty white girls know that they're pretty, and there's not men in their society who are trying to make pretty girls seem like they're something else. Everybody kind of like knows where they land, but the thing is, like, because so many communities have been segregated, nobody really knows what attractive Black people look like. Well, we're starting to understand, because like these exoticals channels that are coming out, even though to maybe other people in the Black community, they kind of know what they're talking about, but to white communities and people who have no idea all these people just look black. They look non-white, right? And yeah, I mean, I don't know. And just remember, when you have 70% of the country that's still completely white, and then more than that, when you're talking about the developed world in general, people with apartments and, you know, teapots and shit, those people are like white. So it's not like a bash or anything, but it's more like a reality wake-up call. Like, if you're black and you're watching this channel, I'll continue to say it to you, like, occupy some space in the world, for real. Like, do something. Please don't be afraid to be visible fucking doing that thing, because we kind of like need you here to do it. I will say something too, like it just goes back to that sorority thing. Like, I feel like when I was in college, I had this conversation a few times, but you know, I just wonder, like, why are people joining these sororities and fraternities? Because when you really think about it, like, especially for like HBCUs and stuff, it's not like these black organizations have like the smartest people amongst everyone. I always hear like the elitists, like Elon Musk will say this. I heard Ann Coulter kind of say it too, but like, even if Howard is like so great and there's like really smart people who go there, those people are not like the smartest people in America. Like, that's a reach. Like, there's a lot of people in America, and like a very small percentage of them who are going to Howard. And even though those people are smart and probably great and going to do something, we're talking about just like it's the talented 10 sort of idea, because there's only so many spots at Harvard to begin with, right? And then like all of those men who go there are like black, okay? And then everyone, it's kind of like, even if all of those men are great, like at the very largest, only 8% of the whole American population is black men. So not who gives a shit, but kind of like who really gives a shit what they're doing. Like, it's not really making a dent in anything. If they wanted to make a dent in something, they could all have extremely large families and then increase like the population of successful black people, because they like took care of their children and put them through school and let them go be something. But for some reason, we can't even do that. Like, it's just like, I don't really know. So all of it really, I know I'm going on a tangent again because this is a ranting night, but so many things do kind of like tie into this. Just think about this. If the Howard dudes were really like, yeah, we like love being black, and the whole point of us having these fraternities and sororities are so that people in the fucking fraternity and the sorority could go get together and then marry each other and like have these like large great families who are also like black, and then they could, I don't know, continue going to like Howard and Spelman, and then, but they're not doing that, and there's no one to blame except those people. Like, I'm not a part of either of those groups. I'm just saying, like, look at the stats. That's not happening. The people who go to Howard, they're choosing somebody, but it seems like it's not even the people who are going to Howard. So there's no point of it. Except to like maybe like isolate yourself more from regular people in regular society, which is also strange. Because at the end of the day, we can say it's from the internet, without the internet, with the Instagram, without Instagram, with filters, without filters. We know who the attractive people are in society. No matter where you go, like, you can go put me in Brazil right now, or in Europe, in Germany, New York, Washington. I've been to a lot of states, okay? Like, I'm still gonna be Olivia, right? And like, relatively compared to the other black people around me, I'm gonna be like more attractive than most of them. Like, that's just how it is. And it's not because I'm some exotical, it's because I'm attractive. That's how it goes. But it's not just me. I'm not like on some planet on my own. Like, I'm telling you, every fucking place I go, I'm surrounded by other like white girls who are having the exact same experience. It's not like one off. And I wish there were, like, I do see in some of the spaces that I'm entering, there's more like Black people who are kind of having a similar experience, who are like also like pretty attractive Black people who are just there doing shit, being successful. But we just need more, because I mean, I'm talking about like one or two where, you know, in many of the spaces that I've been in, I was the only one. So even having two is great. We need more. We need more. And also we just need average. We need like regulars. We need like attractive ones, not very attractive ones, broke ones, rich ones, middle class ones. I love a middle class bitch. I'm serious. I do. I really do. Also, like, here's something I think that's interesting. I saw Kiana Naomi did a post today where she's like, I moved to New York and I got bangs, but she has like this, her like, you know, 4 textured hair in a ponytail, and it looks great. Like, I think that she should, and I made a video talking about this. I made a couple videos talking to Kiana Naomi, and maybe I'll like put that in a playlist here if you guys want to watch that. But if you're a pretty Black girl, I think she's a really good, not role model, but archetype to follow. Because we're watching her try to find herself. But I think like she doesn't realize, like, no matter what she does, no matter where she goes, she's going to be the Black one. Not like the mixed race Black one, not like the tall, like, not the like Leah Kibidi Black one, Ethiopian one. She's gonna be like the Black, like when we look at her, we like see very clearly, like she's like a Black American when we get it and we know what it is, and it's not a bad thing because she's really pretty. And there's like, she's like Candace Owens, like pretty, like they're pretty, like pretty Black girls. That's a real thing. Like most, I can't remember, I think I heard this from Manifesto, she said it. She was like, I don't know why people keep saying that average for women is a bad thing, because women are pretty by default. Because imagine this, like if you aren't born with some like literal defect where like, you know, you're missing an eye or you don't have an ear or something, you know, the people who have like the fucked up bones because they didn't have enough nutrients or something. If you just have like all of your nutrients, you've like grown to be like a normal height or like a normal weight, you have access to just some hair conditioner to be able to like wash your hair, to shower, you actually can afford some makeup to like highlight your features, you know what I'm saying? Like the average girl is pretty, and she has, especially the average American girl has all of that stuff. She's going to be pretty. And for some reason, but there, I will say there's a very large population of Black women who are just obese. Like obesity in the Black community is like high. So being like a normal weight, just regular ass Black woman is kind of like incredible right now. Like you're like so attractive just because of that. Like it's not like you didn't do anything out of control. Like for me, I wish I had the like the how do I even say it? Like the willpower to like exercise and to want to get into shape. Maybe I will. I've been telling myself I'm gonna do it. Like I could be so hot, but I'm just so fucking lazy. I would rather like play with my cats and sleep and go like get some wine at the wine bar. If I'm being honest, that's what I would like to do. It's way fucking easier to do that. It's hard to get the fuck up and do 2 hours of cardio and weight training every day. Getting into model shape is like, it's not that hard. You only have to do that for like 2 months. And then you have to like do like little shit consistently to keep it up. Like 30 minutes or something a day. But you still gotta do that shit. Not everyone wants to. Right now, I don't want to. Maybe I will just to like show you guys I could, or show myself I could. I've done it many times in the past. Not many times, but I've done it enough. Brew. Don't do it. I don't know why he's pooping in his bed. Hey. I will not poop in my bed. I will not poop in my bed. I've had to wash the bed 2 times. No more. No. Got it? That's how you school a cat. You gotta let him know who's boss. Anyway. It's been like 25 minutes. We're going on a 30-minute fucking rant, so. I'm not sure if you guys actually want to hear any more of these, but somebody's got to get online and talk some shit. Have a good night, guys. Thank you for being here. Again, my name's Olivia. You know me. What's up? How's it hanging? Drink your tea. Relieve your stress. If you need a candle, a bath, a walk, a bottle of wine, bitch, do what you need to do to like get the stress gone. I personally hold all my stress right here. So that's how I know that I'm like doing well or not doing well. When this shit like eases up, I'm like, tension gone. So. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys know I love you being here. We're gonna keep talking. We've been talking. It's been about like 2 years now. We've been maybe even longer than that. I got so many chit chats. As I go through the channel and kind of clean it up, I'll make more playlists. You guys can find stuff from the past because it's fun. We kick it around here. Got so many like chit chat and chills. And I would love for you guys to see all of those. So if you want to see them, they're here on the channel.